Kim Kardashian, there was some clips going around where she divulged quite a bit about North. I enjoyed those clips. Part of the clips were North is telling me that she really enjoys Dad's house. Dad's house.
North, she'll go to her dad's. She'll be like, Dad is the best. He has it all figured out. He doesn't have a nanny. He doesn't have a chef. He doesn't have security. He lives in an apartment. And she'll start crying. Why don't you have an apartment? I can't believe we don't have an apartment.
So, apparently Miss Northwest is trying to be a music star like her dad, but Kanye West isn't exactly cheering for her latest Lion King act. Word is he's upset with Kim for supposedly bribing the director to snag North the lead role of Simba. Kanye has always been super clear about keeping North out of the spotlight and off social media to give her a normal life, but after North's recent show at the Hollywood Bowl, Kanye lost it. He really went off on Kim, accusing her for using North for fame and personal benefit. Seriously, grab some popcorn because Kanye is reportedly livid. So this weekend, while we were all having fun singing along with North, Kanye was off to the side, seriously ticked off because he and Kim Kardashian are at it again. Big surprise there, fighting over how to parent their kids. Everyone knows Kim and Kanye have totally different views in raising their children. Kanye's all for a normal childhood, as normal as it can get anyway, but Kim, she is keen on pushing them into the limelight. Like, before they had kids, they agreed that they wouldn't feature them on the Kardashian show until they were old enough to decide for themselves. They weren't supposed to thrust them into fame, but then North was born and Kim did a total 180, pushing for North to be on the show. A source spilled that Kim wants North to be on the show because she's always been super open with her fans, but once Kanye got involved, that changed. He shuts down the idea every time because he thinks reality TV is tacky and doesn't want North to be exposed like that.
Sorry. Hey.
He is really looking forward to the day Kim wraps up the show. Back in the day, Kanye had some solid reasons for keeping North away from the cameras, especially since she was an only kid and already dealt with a ton of haters online. People pick on her for the smallest things, like that time she told the paparazzi not to snap her pics because she wasn't into it. North really isn't into random people taking her photos, which totally makes sense, but weirdly enough, she's gotten a lot of flack for it. Kanye's been trying to shield her from all that hate, but now things have really heated up now that North has her own TikTok page. Well, technically, it's supposed to be a joint account with Kim, since you have to be at least 13 years old to sign up on TikTok, but Kim found a workaround by calling it a shared account. Let's be honest though, it's pretty much North's account. She's the one posting most of the time, sometimes even featuring her younger siblings in the vids. Kanye is not happy about it at all. He's super clear about not wanting North on TikTok, and he's been calling Kim out about it a lot. Okay, no, nobody is saying that Kim is a bad mom or anything like that. It's just clear that she has a totally different approach to raising North than Kanye does, and it really shows. She's way more open, and since the Kardashians are pretty much social media royalty, it's no shocker that she's chill about letting North get into all that. Plus, Kim's been making some smart moves to set North up for the future. Beyond a hefty trust fund, she's also filed to trademark North's name in 4 different categories. We're talking non-medicated skin products like moisturizers, lotions, and cleansers. Then there's toy figures, advertising services, and even entertainment stuff related to providing information over the internet about entertainment and pop culture. Yeah, Kim's really trying to cover all bases for her famously famous kiddo. But even with all this, Kanye's not shy about voicing his displeasure over not getting enough say in how the kids are raised. He's made it clear in posts saying, "I'm the kid's father." Here is the through line: Gap having meetings about me without me, Adidas releasing old shoes and coloring my shoes like I'm dead, me not having a say on where my children go to school. Call me whatever names you want. If you don't understand why I will not back down on my business, my brands, and my children, then you're the ones who are crazy. So people were calling him petty, but he hit back, saying the Kardashians were messing with him over his kids. He wasn't cool with how his daughters were being shown off. He was like, anyone who thinks I'm losing it when I'm just speaking the plain truth is clueless. Mind your own kids. He's up against big battles of control and bias at the level he's at. He even mentioned knowing people who wouldn't agree with the way his daughters are being showcased.
Northwest was in hot mood for an epic get-together. As seen in her latest TikToks, the 9-year-old is joined by none other than Ice Spice. And together, along with her friends, North captures some pretty viral-worthy content set to the rapper's biggest hits.
She a baddie, she knows she a 10.
She a baddie with her baddie friend.
In another clip, soundtracked by Boy's a Liar Part 2 featuring Pink Pantheress, the group hilariously raid a fridge.
And I can't eat enough without you. If you don't speak, does that mean we're through?
It's no secret North considers Ice Spice to be one of her favorite artists. Remember that impressive portrait she drew back in February? So, how'd Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's daughter feel about actually hanging out with their idol? Just met Ice Spice, literally screaming, "She is so nice." Keep the TikToks coming, North.
Then Kim caught some heat for setting up a meetup with North and rapper Ice Spice, which honestly wasn't as random as it sounds. Ice Spice has a big following, and believe it or not, preteen girls are part of her audience, even if the lyrics might suggest otherwise. People thought Kim was pushing North to grow up too quickly and act older than she is. He also slammed them for disrespecting his wishes about letting North use TikTok.
And I just look at my daughter full makeup, singing She's in Love with an Emo Girl on TikTok, and I didn't have no say, no approval. Hey, what do you think? Do you think this would be cool or not? You know what I mean? And I'm the one that made them cool.
It's two things I said. Tell her security not finna be in between me and my kids. And also tell her don't have my daughter wearing lipstick on TikTok or don't have on TikTok at all if I'm not approve that. And I said it after it was done without me knowing. And then it happened again.
But that's not all. Kim's been called out for using North for attention several times, like trying to get at Kanye after he moved on with his new wife, Bianca. But the thing that really got everyone talking was when Kim brought North to the Met Gala last year. That choice got a lot of side eyes because it was just odd. Here's the scoop for those out of the loop. The Met Gala has an 18+ rule they started enforcing in 2018 after getting flack for letting Elle Fanning, who was 19, pose with a wine glass. So they wanted to avoid more drama, focusing on the fashion rather than who's underage and who's drinking. So minors aren't allowed at the Met. That's why everyone was baffled by Kim bringing North, who was way underage. North looked really out of place and uncomfortable in the pics from before they even reached the venue, standing off to the side, clearly not wanting to be there, while Kim was probably inside on the red carpet. It was kind of odd seeing Kim keep taking her to these high-profile events when North clearly doesn't enjoy these big social scenes. Kids aren't allowed at the Met Gala, but North ended up there anyway, and Kim just left her outside. Can you imagine that? Poor thing, she must have been so overwhelmed. Physically, North was probably as safe as could be, with a ton of security guards all around her, so safety wasn't the real issue. But you've got to wonder, what was the point of Kim taking North to the Met when she knew she couldn't go in? And then to just have her wait outside getting filmed by strangers when everyone knows how much North hates that. Yeah, Kim's got a bit of a track record for doing stuff Kanye can't stand when it comes to North.
I'm brushing up, I'm looking down, I'm working on my road.
And speaking of the spotlight, last week North made her acting debut. She was in the Lion King stage show at the Hollywood Bowl, part of the celebration marking 30 years of the Disney classic. The 10-year-old played young Simba on May 24th and 25th. Safe to say, people had mixed feelings about North's performance. I mean, she's only 10 years old, you know, she's got plenty of time to improve. Just look at how Blue Ivy got better with every performance. But still, lots of folks think the role should have gone to someone with more advanced acting skills and vocal experience. Unfortunately, North has been copping a lot of heat for it, which is pretty sad. It's tough seeing adults throw shade at a kid who's just trying to live out her dream. From what an insider says, Kanye is livid with Kim over this. He thinks Kim might have paid a bribe to land North the role. He believes Kim is using North to stir up buzz for her own gains, which really bothers him. Kanye supposedly thinks North would benefit if Kim made her earn her spot. He's really not into his kids growing up as Nepo babies who get things just because of who they are, especially if they're not putting in the effort. But it sounds like Kim is pushing the exact opposite direction, and Kanye is definitely not a fan of that move. On the other hand, some just say Kim is trying hard to compete with Beyonce and her daughter. Yup, that's just a jealous mom trying to compete with Beyonce's kids. She made such a fool of herself. And that's a wrap on today's deep dive into the drama surrounding North West's latest venture into the spotlight. From unexpected Met Gala appearances to her acting debut as young Simba, it seems seems the spotlight is as much as a part of North's world as it is a point of contention between her famous parents. Kanye and Kim's differing views on parenting in the public eye spark a lot of debate, not just in their family but also among fans and critics alike. What do you think about the role celebrities' kids play in the media and entertainment industries? Should kids be allowed to follow in their parents' famous footsteps, or is it too much pressure too soon? And how do you feel about the way Kim and Kanye handling North's exposure to the limelight? Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We're really curious to hear what you have to say.